All right, it is 9:05, and I feel like that number, just as I said that, it trickled up a little bit more. But I want to be really respectful of everyone's time this morning, so I think we should get started. My name is Kelly Hoffman Davis, and I'm the president of the Mavericks Community Foundation, and we are so happy to have all of you here this morning. Today is my favorite presentation and meeting of this program as we go over all the prize grants and let everyone know how the prize grants will work and how to win them. We're actually going to have two presentations today. I'm going to have a presentation where we go over all of the prizes, and then Mia from Neon One is going to do an additional presentation after that to go over some of the details of one of the prizes to help anyone who needs a little extra assistance or isn't clear on how it works. We'll also do a quick Q&A at the end, so try and save your questions for the end as they may get answered as the presentation goes along. All right, and there was some discussion if you guys could see the panelists while I was sharing my screen, and I think you can, so you might want to minimize our faces during this so that you can see all the information on the slideshow as well. All right, well, with nothing else to do, let's get started. Oops. All right, so I should first start by saying that none of this would be possible without our amazing sponsors. We are so incredibly fortunate that we've had these generous sponsors come back year after year after year, and then some additional new sponsors. And in addition to our corporate or public sponsors, we also have a pool of private donors that help to make this prize pool what it is. So in 2018, we gave away $61,000 worth of prize grants. And I can't tell you how excited we were that first year to raise that amount of money. We were over the moon to be able to put together prize grants that we could give away to these amazing nonprofits for that amount of money.
Cal,
and then,
sorry,
yeah?
You're not actually sharing screen yet.
Oh, I thought I still was. Just kidding. Thank you for saying something. Oops. Oh, we had done that already. Oh, no. All right. How about now?
Yep.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. And when I share my screen, can you guys see the bottom where the panelists are, or can you see all the way down to the bottom? Okay. Okay. So in 2018, $61,000, super excited. 2019, it grew by another $10,000 and we were elated. 2020, pandemic hit, had no idea if we were going to be able to rally sponsors and private donors to gather a prize pool, and we're over the moon excited to come up with $80,000. 2021, again, still in the middle of a pandemic, would we be able to hit the same $80,000 that we hit, and we had. And this year, still at the tail end of this pandemic that seems like it's been going on for a crazy long time at this point, we were able to raise $92,000. And this is where I really miss being in a room with people, because there's cheering and clapping and everybody's super excited. So as I get a little emotional, we are super excited to share with you how we are going to distribute this $92,000 to our amazing nonprofits that are participating this year. I want to reiterate something that is very, 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 very important. Only donations that are made through the Coastside Gives portal are eligible for prize grants. Not only is it very important to have your donors be going directly to your Coastside Gives page right now in order to win prizes, but it also keeps this event going. Those fees that are taken out of the donations help keep this, sorry, just got a text that got me distracted. Help keep this program moving. And so it's really, really important that you encourage all donations from now until May 5th to go directly through your portal. Okay, so let's get into it. This is a relatively standard prize grant for us. It is the most donations raised online. We will be awarding 3 prizes for each of the categories. The nonprofits have been divided into 3 categories based on their operating budgets, which you will see down below in the categories. I realized that medium prize bracket seems really big, but we came up with these brackets based on the nonprofits and then divided them up equally so that each category has the same amount of nonprofits in it. So the first prize for the most donations raised online will be $3,000. The second place will be $2,000 and third place will be $1,000. Power hours. Now these are always exciting. These are the most unique donations in an hour between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. There is a rule this year that you may only win 1 power hour. As the presentation goes on, you will see that we have some power hours that are sponsored by some of our corporate sponsors. If you win your standard power hour, you cannot win an additional power hour throughout the day. You're able to be awarded 1 power hour during the day. All right, the Kirby Foundation, who has been one of our sponsors from day one, will be sponsoring a power hour. That's a $2,500 power hour. This is a really exciting power hour. We've never done this before, and it is the most unique donations between 7 p.m. and 7:59 p.m. on Gives Day. You must have gotten $250 in donations by 7 p.m. on Gives Day in order to win this award. So what is a unique donor? A unique donor is when any of the following things changes. A billing first name, last name, email address, zip code of the billing address. And so what we talk a lot about for how people game this sometimes is instead of just one member in your household making a $100 donation, if you have 4 members in your household, have each one of them make a $25 donation. And so that will help bring your amount of unique donors up higher, although the dollar amount is the same. And so talking with donors and team members and educating people on how to kind of game this and strategize it to get the most unique donations during that hour is really helpful. Early bird prize. So this is the people that are up at midnight, just anxiously waiting for COSIDE Gives to start. We will be awarding a prize grant for $250 for the first donation in each of the 3 budget categories. Hitting the wrong button. And then for the night owls, same idea. As you know, it's a 24-hour giving day and there's activity that happens all day long. And so to keep that activity going, this is for the last prize, the last donation that squeaks in right before our giving day is over. And there will be one $250 prize awarded to each of the budget categories for this. So this is brand new. We have talked a lot about how important it is to try and get matching grants. And so we thought that we would help encourage that. And by doing that, we are going to give every single nonprofit participating a $250 matching grant. It's important to know that you are responsible for going in and setting up the matching grant on your page so that it is reflected on each of your profile pages. And the way that works is for every dollar raised, we'll match it up until you hit $250. And for those unfamiliar with how to find that, when you are on your nonprofit dashboard, down at the bottom, there is your matching fund secure, and you're going to want to hit that button, which will in turn bring you to a field right here. And so you will fill in $250. Yes, you have secured the funds, and the matching source will be Mavericks Community Foundation. And so this is a great way to reach out to your donors and say, please donate. We will be matched dollar for dollar until we hit $250. And a lot of times donors are inspired to donate knowing that their money will be matched. All right, social media fries, definitely a favorite with sponsors and our community members. It's always fun, personally as a sponsor, to see people popping by the office and all kinds of creative photo ideas. And so this is very similar to years prior who have participated. What you're going to do is you're going to go on and download and print the 2022 social media checklist from our toolkit. You can find it on the COSI Gives website. This is a really important document because it has all the correct hashtags that you need to include on your social media posts. You want to take, find, or create pictures or graphics to highlight each of the sponsors that are on that list. That list is also important because there are a handful of our sponsors who, for one reason or another, has wished not to participate on the social media prize. And so those you don't need to take pictures of, you don't need to create content for those. Okay, then you're gonna, after you go and take all your images, you're gonna post them on Facebook between now and midnight on Gives Day. And you need to make sure that they have 3 hashtags included: COSI Gives 2022, your own hashtag, and then whatever the sponsor's hashtag that was identified on that sheet is. It's super important that you mark your post as public. Many people have their own profiles set up as private profiles, and the photos cannot be counted if they're not marked as public. Have fun, be creative. This is a great way for us to tell our story throughout the year. And so not only are you helping build content for yourself, but you're helping build content for future Gives Days as well as this Gives Day. I would also highly recommend that you don't wait to the last minute to do this, because this isn't just about the prize grant, it's about getting the word out there that you are trying to raise money and have this campaign going on. So the earlier you can start posting, the better, more beneficial this will be. Here are some examples of some images from previous years. Some great examples. Republic is one of our sponsors again this year. People are often a little confused on how to make content for a garbage company, and garbage trucks are a great idea. The garbage men, as long as you are not chasing them down the street, they often really love if you come outside in the morning and ask them to take a picture with them. And again, when you're at all these nonprofit or these businesses, please thank them. It is because of them that we have this money to be able to award these prize grants, and they love seeing you. So if you're at a restaurant taking a picture, maybe grab a little something to eat while you're there, or make a point to say hello and thank you to really anyone, the servers, the staff, the owners. We all appreciate the love. Finally, the images need to be new. You cannot recycle images from previous years. And I know you think that might be hard, but it's not. And although we have lots of images, we catalog a lot of the images, so it is easy for us to tell what images have been recycled. And so please make sure it is all new content. And then once you have taken all 22 photos and posted them online, you will need to email our amazing Kelsey at coordinator@maverickscommunityfoundation.org and have the subject line be social media entry, because I'm sure, as you can imagine, she's getting lots of emails this time of year. And so it's important that she can easily find those to make sure that she can award the prize to you. Long distance prize. This was a new prize last year that was really fun to watch come in. And so it is the donation that is made the furthest away from our PO box in El Granada. And that is just one prize grant for $500. Golden tickets. These are also lots of fun. These are random drawings. You have to have made $250 worth of donations to your portal before Gives Day starts. So again, we've talked a lot in early training about how important it is to start your campaign right now. This isn't just a push on May 5th. This is making phone calls, sending letters, doing Facebook posts, doing whatever you can to encourage your donors to make a donation right now. I also really want to reiterate how important it is that the minimum donation is $10. And so letting people know that a $10 donation helps the cause a lot. And it's those little donations that add up quickly. So in order to be eligible for a random golden ticket, you have to have had $250 made through the portal. And just in case you're following along, if you've gotten $250 worth of donations through the portal and you have a match by Gives Day, you're already $500 up. So this is a win-win situation. We're giving away 24 golden tickets this year. So again, a great incentive to start your early donors right now. Same as the Power Hour, you can only win one golden ticket throughout the day. Ocean Blue Real Estate, one of our second year sponsors this year, is giving away 2 $500 golden tickets. And those will be random drawings throughout the day, same rules as the standard golden tickets, just a little bit higher dollar amount. Compass and Palermo Partners, Stephanie Stills and Kirsten Hagen, again, a longtime sponsor. We appreciate you so much supporting our event. They're also giving away 2 $500 random golden tickets. Again, make those early donations to be eligible for those. Sam's Chowder House, one of our initial sponsors from the get-go too. They also are giving away 2 $500 random drawing golden tickets. And Half Moon Bay Brewing Company, again, one of our founder sponsors. 2 $500 random golden tickets. Get those early donations in. Peer-to-peer. Okay, so this is another new one that's exciting. It's another program that we talk a lot about that people might not have been utilizing up until this point. And so this is a $500 prize grant to one nonprofit in each of the budget brackets that gets the most unique donations through a peer-to-peer fundraiser. And so I know if you're new to peer-to-peer fundraisers, this could seem a bit out of your reach, and it's really not. It's very easy, and it's a great way to reach out to your network. And so this is what Mia is going to speak a bit about after my presentation. She'll go into much more detail about how peer-to-peer campaigns work and how to utilize them. And it's really a great way to utilize board members or longtime supporters to reach out to their network and cast that net even larger for your donor pool. New participant. So believe it or not, we still have new participants every year, which is awesome. And one of the things I love about this event is I notice all the time that some of our longer standing nonprofits are always willing to help our new nonprofits, which is great. Puente is a great example of them. They did a presentation earlier in the year. And so this is another way to kind of help recognize those new nonprofits where this can be a little scary. An online giving day is very different than traditional fundraising. And so this is a great way for us to help recognize the efforts made by a new participating nonprofit. And so that is our prize grants. But I did want to highlight a couple other things that are going on during Gives Day and coming up for Gives Day. KHMV Radio is one of our media sponsors again this year, and they are doing their radiothon. Each nonprofit is responsible for calling in during their designated time slot. For nonprofits who miss their allotted time slot, the radio announcer will refer to them with the information that's in the giving guide. The radiothon will call out 4 to 5 nonprofits per hour. And the announcer will ask pretty generic questions about your organization and familiarity with the coast. There is a link here that you can also access through our website to sign up for a time slot. Many people use this to help promote their power hours, although you don't necessarily need to. You don't ever register for a power hour. There are going to be multiple nonprofits running for the same power hour. We have 59 nonprofits this year. There are 24 hours in our day. And so there will definitely be multiple nonprofits going for the same power hour. And some people might also choose not to call in during their power hour, but maybe the hour before their power hour to help get people excited about the upcoming power hour. Right. New Leaf Giving Table. We're so excited that this is back in person. For those of you who have participated before, you know that the energy at that table is very exciting all day long. We will have a series of tables set up right in the front, and we're looking for volunteers. And what we do that day is we promote the event as an event as a whole. And so you are not there representing a specific nonprofit, although as you can see from this cute little picture that sometimes you'll wear a hat or a button or a t-shirt that might suggest what nonprofit you are from, but your job there is really to help donors navigate through the list of all the nonprofits and not just pushing your own nonprofit. We will ask you to bring your laptops and we will help people make donations through the portal. And then we will also be taking cash and checks for those that don't feel comfortable making a donation online. And the wrap party is also back, one of the other events that we have missed for so long. I hate that I haven't seen many of your faces. It was so nice during material pickup to get to meet many of you and connect with many of the nonprofits as they came to grab their stuff. But this is a chance for us all to celebrate what a great day it will be. And it will be at the Half Moon Bay Brewing Company the day after Gives Day. It'll start at 9 a.m. and we'll have some coffee and some small little bites to eat. And it is a great chance to celebrate all of your hard work and connect with the other nonprofits. On that same note, I did want to mention that there are a handful of nonprofits that have still not picked up their materials. And so please, those are your tools for success. There are giving guides and signs and some posters, and the more you can get our message out there, the better everyone's campaigns will be. So please make a point to come up to the Graphic Works and grab your stuff. It's also an opportunity if you have purchased any merchandise, you can pick it up at that time as well. And again, I can't stress this enough, only donations that are made through our website are eligible for prize grants. And one last, I would say, round of applause if we were all in person, but again, it is all possible because of these amazing, amazing community sponsors and private donors. And the Mavericks Community Foundation, I have to give a shout out to the team that has hustled to get these donations in and pull this all together for us. So we are very, very excited. And I am now going to pass it off to Mia, who will do a presentation on peer-to-peer. And then after Mia's presentation, we'll do a Q&A. All right, Mia, it's all you.
Fantastic. So let me just share my screen. And here we go. I'm going to move everybody over and go to the slideshow. So for this year, last year you had several people who participated in creating peer-to-peer fundraisers. It was a little challenging last year with the requirement to log into a separate application and do a lot of the setup over there. What we've done this year is we've tried to really simplify the entire process and make it easy and accessible to everyone. So I'll be going through this process as it is new for 2022. There are two ways or two audiences for peer-to-peer fundraising pages. First, there's you as the nonprofit, but then there's the entire group of your friends, your family, and your fans. And I'll be going through both of those approaches in this presentation. So first of all, why would you want to set up a peer-to-peer fundraiser? Well, to qualify for the prize, for one thing, but also it can enable you as a nonprofit to reach out to a bigger audience of givers for your Gives Day efforts. It allows you to promote a special need. You can set up a peer-to-peer fundraiser for a special need. You can get your board members involved, maybe gather them all into the same peer-to-peer or have them set up individual peer-to-peer so they can meet their development requirements. But it most of all, it enables your friends and your family, your biggest fans and supporters to support you even more on the Gives Day. So let's go through the first approach, which is your approach, the nonprofit edition. So last year, there was this little waffle of dots that you would have to click on and then go into Neon Rays. And it's a separate application, but they kind of work together. It was a little confusing. What we've done is we've brought the peer-to-peer fundraising back into the Gives Day platform. So when you log in to your Gives Day platform, you'll see your Giving Day performance dashboard, your public profile where you can update your multimedia and all things like that. And then you'll see another selection for your fundraisers. To create a fundraiser, you click on this lovely button here, Create Fundraiser. That'll pop you to this fundraising page editor where you can personalize your page. So you'll basically just fill out this section here with a title. You can put a vanity URL suffix on. You can set a goal, upload an image, and then give us a little blurb about what you are trying to raise funds for. Once you click on Save Fundraiser, congratulations, your P2P fundraising page will then be published and listed publicly for people to donate to. You'll receive this email confirmation and it'll have the link to your fundraising page. You can copy and paste this fundraising page link and then share it to drive people to your fundraiser as well. Give a donation. If you ever need to view or edit or copy or even deactivate your fundraising page, you just go back into My Fundraisers and you can click on the button that says View My Public Page, where if you want to edit, copy, or deactivate, look for the three little dots or the ellipses. And then if you click there, it'll bring up a sub menu that allow you to edit, copy, view, or deactivate your page. If you view your page, you can always share your page to your social media links right here on the page. Now, let's say you have a fundraiser from last year and you'd like to use that same fundraiser this year. Well, here's how you would do that. You would navigate to My Fundraisers, and then under Status, you would want to select Show All, and it'll bring up all of your not currently active fundraisers. Once you pull those up, click on the ellipses to bring up this sub menu and select Copy Fundraiser. You'll want to update the fundraising information in this little editor and then click on Save Fundraiser, and that will publish your fundraiser to the public page. It will cancel out all of the funds from last year and start you at zero for this year's Gives Day. Now let's go through how your friends and family can support you on your day as well with a fundraiser. So this is pretty simple too. You'll want to ask them to just go find your nonprofit profile on the COSI Gives website, and they'll click on this button here for fundraise. Now, a fundraiser needs to be associated with a person's name and email address, and so that we can submit all of the funds and make sure the funds line up appropriately in the end. So they'll have to create a little profile, or if they remember their profile from last year, or if they created a profile by giving a donation, they can just log into their existing profile. And then they get this same editor where they will update the fundraising or personalize the page with a title, a goal, an image, and then a little blurb about what they are collecting funds for. Once they, at the bottom, they select save and publish, that will be the action that will list the fundraiser onto your nonprofit profile page. So the fundraiser is published, but if they ever want to view or edit their page, they can log back into their account and select view or edit. But here they can also see their account details, a history of their donations that they've made with that account, all of the saved profiles, payment profiles that they've set up, their fundraisers, and even their favorite nonprofit pages. Once one of your friends or family set up a P2P fundraiser, they'll receive an email. So this is the email that they receive with the link that they can share. And then this is the email that you'll receive letting you know that someone has set up a fundraiser on behalf of your nonprofit and with a link that you can share as well. And if they ever log out and then need to go back in, logging in is the same for them. They can just simply click on the login on the homepage of Coastside Gives, select fundraisers, and then they'll go into this login mode where they can go back in and edit their fundraiser or look at their donations or all that good stuff. Now, some additional resources to help you if you want to look at some of the NEON resources, you can click on this support center and select either, the nonprofit selection there, or if it's one of your friends or family, they can actually look at the fundraiser selection. If during early giving or the Gives Day, you require any support with that fundraiser or anything really, you can access the Neon One Support Center. Just look for this blue help bubble in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That will pop up this little template. And what this is doing is actually creating an email that gets sent to the Neon Support Desk, and a support representative will respond to you in kind. Okay, and then that's it for me. So I'll take part in the Q&A as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mia, for going over that with everyone. So I'm going to go through the questions and answers that have been posted. And then if there's any additional questions, please go ahead and add them to the question or the Q&A tab down at the bottom. Is the MCF matching of $250 only eligible on May 5th? What if a nonprofit already has more than $250 prior to that date? So no, you go ahead and enter it now, and it is for pre-giving day donations as well. And so if you've already got $250 through your portal, then it's instantly matched. But we do need you to still go ahead and fill that out on your profile page. Just to clarify, does the golden ticket eligibility mean a minimum of $250 by the start of May 5th? Yes, it is the start of May 5th. You need to have $250 in there to win almost all of the prize grants this year. I also wanted to reiterate that they are prize grants. And so by winning one of these at the end of the year in October, you will get a grant report. It is very, very, very simple. We're not asking for pages and pages of reporting information. It just helps us continue to get donations and secure sponsorships in future years. And so we need to have an idea on how money is being spent that was raised through Coastside Gives. It's very simple. Is it only Facebook for social media? I saw this question a couple times. So Facebook is the one that we're counting, but you're taking the content. And so if you have an active Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever the other social media platforms that you may be using out there are, post them on all of them. There is no such thing as over posting these images, but for our purposes and for the purposes of helping us track and account for everybody, Facebook is the one that we're looking for on there. But I can't stress enough how much I would recommend continuing to post them on any platform that you are active on. Is there a video prize this year? There is not a video prize this year, but again, that doesn't mean that you can't post or create a video. The way that we set up these prizes is to encourage nonprofits to learn new marketing tools and new ways to reach their donor base. And so if you found that that video worked great for you, please do it again. Or maybe you got anxious and already started working on your video. Don't stop, finish it, share it, put it on YouTube, share it with us. We would be happy to reshare it on our pages as well. Again, it's all different ways to help share your story and get your messaging out there for a successful Gives Day. Will contributions made in person, cash or check at New Leaf count towards prizes? So when people hand us a check, we ask them if we can process it online. If they say yes, then we can enter it online and it will be counted. If they say no, that they're not comfortable, then it will not be counted towards your prizes. It will just go into your envelope and you'll get it at the end of the week. And the same is cash. Any kind of cash will not be counted towards prizes. So if you know somebody particularly that doesn't feel comfortable making a donation online, you might see if you want to make a donation for them online and they give you the cash. Like there's all kinds of different ways to try and encourage or show them how easy it is. I feel like a lot of people also are intimidated by having to do it online, and it really is a very quick process, especially if you've donated before and you have a profile set up. So the comparison to peer-to-peer versus the general link is, again, it's just another marketing avenue. And so, for example, if someone sends out a generic link, they might not be as emotionally attached than if you see somebody that you've known for a long time. It's very similar. This is a better example. Facebook often does birthday campaigns. And so you'll see someone say, hey, for my birthday this year, please donate to the Mavericks Community Foundation because I'm super passionate about this organization and I'd love you to donate $5 here instead of sending me flowers or whatever it may be. And so it's just like that. It is a great way for you to reach out to your own social media network or email network and say, look, this is a group that I'm very passionate about and I would love your support. A $10 donation would go a long way and help spread the message that way. If you have matching funds already, you can still add those in the same format as kind of described earlier. They just keep adding up. See, clarify the criteria for the long distance prize. I'm not sure what particular question you have on that. Maybe you should email us. It's really just a donation made of any amount the farthest away from our PO box. So when people make a donation, they enter in a billing address. And so then we take those billing addresses and we kind of calculate where they are in the world and figure out which one is the farthest away. I'm not frozen, right? The rest of your panelists haven't moved in a while. Okay, just checking. Thank you. Video prize. Already matched. I feel like I've answered some of these. Money raised in a peer-to-peer campaign does go through your Power Hour. And is part of your campaign total. Can we direct peer-to-peer donations to our Power Hour to double dip? Absolutely, I would highly recommend doing that. And since they will be given through the portal, eligible for the donation match. Yep, so really it's a triple win. So I would absolutely recommend if you set up a peer-to-peer campaign And when you're sending it to your friends and family, send an email that says, hey, my power hour is at 3 p.m. today. It would be great if you could make a donation of $10 or more between 3 and 4 today, or whatever your power hour may be. And that is a way to help leverage all those donations as much as you can. It is not too late to establish matching funds. You can do that, I believe, all the way up until Gives Day. And I highly recommend it. It is a really, really great way to help encourage more donors, which again is why we tried to set up a prize this year to help show people what a great incentive it is to have a matching grant. And then there was a question. Oh, it looks like maybe one of my slides might have had a typo. It is COSIDEGIVES with an S.org. And I think that's it, unless I missed any questions.
Just on the chat to reiterate, somebody pointed out that for the long distance prize, it's based on the billing address of the person making the donation. So even if you are in Australia, if your billing address doesn't reflect Australia, then that might not count. So that's an important piece of it. Remember that the long distance prize is calculated based on the billing address of the donor.
Okay, I think
I do
got
see a
it.
couple more in the Q&A. There will not be a spreadsheet. So the question was, there was a spreadsheet last year where you signed up for Power Hour. We are not asking you guys to let us know about Power Hours. There's no need to register with us for a Power Hour. The only sign up sheet we'll be sharing with you guys is a sign up for the radio interviews, which you may or may not want to coincide with whatever power hour you've selected, but there is no need to tell us what power hour you are going for. That's just up to you. I also see a question, if you win a power hour before 6:59 p.m., does that exclude you from the 7 p.m. power hour? Yes, it does. And then in the past, unique donors were also identified by different credit cards. Is that not true this year?
I don't think that is the case. We'd have to go back and ask Neon One, but I don't believe it was a different credit card number. It was any of those
Billing
different
address.
billing addresses. So if you had a credit card that had a different billing address, then that might have been why it was counted as a unique donation, but it should be any of those things listed on the slide. And again, this presentation will be posted on our website, and so you can definitely go back. I know somebody asked to go over how to set up the matching grant again. And so you can go back and review this presentation as well as the individual slides. I also would recommend sharing it with your boards or anybody else who's interested in helping growing your campaign that might not have been able to make it this morning. It's a really great way for them to get a better explanation on how the prizes work.
I also will be posting after this a summary of all the prize grants, like a worksheet. We'll be posting these slides. Everything will be on the toolkit. The sign up for the radio station, as well as the sponsor hashtag, it's already posted in the social media tools. So if there's something you don't see, go to that toolkit within the next hour to hour and a half. All of those materials will be up. You'll be able to sign up for your slot. If you don't see anything, just shoot me an email, but it should all be in the toolkit on cosidegives.org.
I also want to, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, the other thing we'll be sharing is the sign up link for volunteers to help at the donation table at New Leaf. So it's a really fun day. But it does take manpower, and it's fun to have volunteers from the different organizations who are participating in Gives Day to be there with us at the New Leaf donation table. So we will be sending out a sign up for that also.
And I realized that we just gave you a whole lot of information, and there definitely might be questions about how things work. And so there is the support widget that's on our website. Please utilize that, as well as Kelsey. So one of the two should be able to answer any questions that you might have. Again, rewatching the slideshow might help as well too. but I think we answered all the ones that were in the Q&A and chat at this point.
There's a few more in the chat. I think one thing I just want to clarify again, you're responsible for your matching dollars. So you put that into
Okay.
your profile. So so you're getting the 250 from Mavericks Community Foundation, you're getting 5,000 from somewhere else. You put that into your page. That's your responsibility.
All right. It's so weird not even being able to see your faces on the screen. I mean, I get to see my panelists, which I love, but it is strange to not only not be in a room with you, but also not see people's faces because it's hard to gauge if there's still questions or people are confused.
I do see one more in the chat saying if we don't sign up for a particular power hour, how do you know when it is? We're just gonna run reports. The way we award that prize is we just take that hour and we run a report. So whoever wins the most unique donations in that hour is the winner, regardless, if they were going for that or not. It's just, we're just gonna run that report, and whoever gets the most unique donations within that hour wins that power hour.
And I also want to clarify that this is no different than last year. There was some communication that I think got a little muddled last year with the radio station. And so people who signed up to talk on the radio during their power hour was great, but that didn't mean that that power hour was limited to that amount of people. There were other people still participating in different power hours. We've never required that anyone register for a power hour. And so it's really up to you to advertise your power hour within your networks, whether it's social media or email or phone number or text or letters or postcards. There are lots of different ways to help share those messages. I also wanted to, as that reminded me of something, the signs and banners that were picked up, we really appreciate everybody who asked to grab a couple extra. We just want to remind everyone, please do not deface any of the signs or banners by adding your own information to them. You are welcome to create your own signs or banners with your organization specific information on it, but those ones are to advertise our event as a whole. And as trying to be green, we also try and ask for them back at the end of the year. Not only does that help save us money, but it helps keep them out of the landfill. So please try and take care of them. And at the end of Gives Day, we will send some emails saying, hey, if you see them hanging up or on the side of the road or in somebody's lawn, please bring them all back to us so that we can keep them and keep the stockpile good for the following years. Yes, even if you've already, we had a question, do we add the Mavericks $250 match to the dollars already obtained by other donors? Yes. Every single nonprofit needs to log onto their profile page and add the $250 Mavericks match if you want the $250, even if you've already exceeded $250 in donations.
Also to clarify that, if you already have a match, say your organization already secured a match for $1,000 and that's already listed on your profile, you will just increase the total to $1,250. So you will add our $250 on top of whatever matching grants you have already secured. So you simply go in and you adjust your matching grant dollar amount to reflect the $250 and whatever else you may already have secured or whatever you do secure in the future.
That's great too, because it also then shows donors how much more of your match you have left, which is a great incentive sometimes to get people to donate just that little extra more to help you complete your match. Okay.
A couple other questions. Is Make It Main Street also doing a COSI Give promotion on May 5th? Amber, you want to answer that?
Okay, so yes, for Make It Main Street, the window for signing up to participate in Make It Main Street has closed. And the organizations who have signed up will have their tables and booths there at Make It Main Street. We will do some promoting But really that will be up to those individual organizations to let their networks know that they will also be there in person and that people can come and see them and get information and that sort of thing. Make It Main Street does a whole bunch of promotion for that event as well. So it will be good for organizations who are going to have booths there to let their networks know that they will be there that day in person, that people can come on down and see them. And the organizations who are participating in the Make It Main Street piece will be getting additional email information in the next week.
We had one more question about what material needs to be picked up by the nonprofits. At the Graphic Works, there are still nonprofit packets. The packets are some lawn signs, a stack of giving guides, some posters. Every nonprofit also gets a free face mask. And then if you would like to purchase t-shirts, we have t-shirts this year, and some sweatshirts that also help advertise the event. We've had numerous nonprofits ask for multiple signs, and we've been trying to give those out as much as possible. It's first come, first serve. And so there is still a good amount of signs that we would love your help getting out around the community. And it's same with posters. The more you guys can put up in different locations, a rising tide rises all the boats. So we need to share this message far and wide that Coastside Gifts is happening. I'm trying to jump back and forth between the two. How do we sign up for the KHMB radio interviews? There's a link in this presentation and it'll be on the toolkit about an hour after this presentation. Let's see. All right, are we really done with Q&A now?
There's there's one about says 10 different credit cards with the same billing address are not unique. Again,
Correct.
please refer, yeah, it's not unique. It has to be a different name and, you know, or billing address. Just refer to the presentation.
Okay, I think that is all of the questions right now. Again, questions are a little harder to answer in this format. I'm sorry if we missed you or if you think of anything later. Again, we have the support widget, we have Kelsey. We are here to help aid you in success to make all this happen. We are so glad you all logged on this morning, and it is exactly 10 o'clock. So we're gonna bid you farewell. Thank you so much. See you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye.